Good afternoon, homesteaders. Welcome back. So, kind of got two projects we're wrapping up at the same time. It is cold. It's been raining the last day and a half. Our tanks are almost to the point of overflow, which is not a bad problem to have. So, considering the weather is what it is, I was working in here today. I'm currently, if you're new here, I'm in the generator room because that's where we keep the generator. I've got the diesel heater, been working flawlessly. So let me just run through a few projects that we're kind of wrapping up now. This one being one of them. I actually finally got my fire extinguisher installed, my smoke and carbon monoxide detector installed, and I got these guys. These are awesome. Let me show you what this is. So if it'll come off the wall, there we go. So this is number one, or number two of three. So it's a thermometer. This is the remote sensor. You get three of these plus the actual base station. So you have the ability to wirelessly monitor 4 different temperature locations. So I've got one in the shop behind me. That'd be number 1. And then this room is number 2. The solar water room next to us here, that's number 3, and then the base station sits right next to my bed. So I can wake up in the morning. I'm a very light sleeper, so I'll wake up all throughout the night, and I'll just check what temperatures are going on in all these buildings. If this one or the solar room gets in the high 30s or so, I'll go ahead and remotely from my bed start this heater, and I can actually watch the temperature rise on the base station. It's a really cool, and they're only like $30, guys, on Amazon. It's Uni, UNNI. See if I can get a close up there for you. Uni. So probably made in China, but whatever. You can monitor 4 different locations on one base station, which is really nice. It's wireless, and I'm able to turn off and on this heater whenever I want from the comfort of my own queen size bed. So here in the winter time, when we have freezing weather, it's crucial to not let these buildings, especially the building next to me here, the water filter and solar room, it's crucial not to get the temperatures at or below freezing. Number 1, water pipes can burst, but number 2, it doesn't do well for the solar equipment to get super cold or super hot, and it's just one more precaution to protect our equipment. So what have we been doing today? Well, I would actually have this project done today, but I'm missing one 2-inch 90. Looks like that right there. I need one to go from here. This goes up, over, and tees right there. So I'm missing 190. So this project had to stop until I go to Home Depot or wherever. I also need to get a couple more of these guys here, these 2-inch ball valves. One for the system here, for the extra pump I'm going to install, and then one as a backup. I might actually get 3 of them actually, so I have 2 as backups. So as you can see, all this piping, I told you it's going to be Dr. Seuss's Playhouse in here. So that's the pump I'm modifying to run the fire suppression system. This is the water in from all the tanks, and it'll go to the inlet of the pump, and then after it's pressurized, the outlet goes right here, and this will be connected with 3-inch PVC hose, the uncrushable hose, to be able to handle this amount of water and pressure. I did put in this T here. You might see this T with a little 3/4 female. This is going to be for a pressure gauge. I'm going to order right now as soon as I get in the house. Just a note, a little hint, a tip. If you're going into PVC female threads, you never want to do it with a brass or steel male nipple going in there. You don't want that because the plastic and the steel or brass expand and contract at different rates depending on the temperature. And last thing you want is for that metal nipple going into your plastic to expand faster than the plastic, otherwise it'll crack right there. Seen it a million times. So I'm going to get a 3/4 female gauge with a 3/4 by close schedule 80 PVC nipple that'll go right there. So I won't have to worry about that snapping. I've seen it so many times, especially out here off grid, people's water tanks especially, and that's a disaster. Anyways, these 3 lines, these 3 1-inch line, 1, 2, 3, these valves here, these all will be going to rainbirds on the tops of every roof. We have the shop roof, we have this roof, and we have the cabin roof. So if there ever is a fire outside, we just turn the pump on, flip on whichever building is closest to the fire, and the rainbird will saturate everything around the building. The cool part about that is whatever water from the rainbird that hits the roof will actually go through the rain catchment system and back into the tanks. So I'm not wasting all that water. I'm actually saving some of it. And in the case of an emergency fire, that's something that is really wanted. Now these big 4, these 2 here and these 2 here, these go to ports. Let's see if I can show you right here. They go to ports outside of this building in all cardinal directions, so north, south, east, and west. So if the fire is south of me, I would take the hose to that port, turn on that valve, and I could fight fires this way. That way I don't have to run a bunch of hose around the building. There's a connection point on every side of this building. So it just makes being able to fight fires more efficient and more useful. Just I'm trying to think in the mindset of an emergency situation where we need to act fast. This is kind of the fastest thing I could think of about deploying fire suppression. So that's about it. So I'm missing a gauge, I'm missing 1 2-inch 90, and I'm missing a valve. So I'll get all that stuff next time I go into town, which may not be for a while, guys. We've been stuck here for a few days now because of the rain. I mean, we can get out, but if we don't have to, it's just not worth driving in the mud, covering our vehicles with hundreds of pounds of Arizona mud. It takes so much time to pressure wash that stuff off. Plus, roads are slippery. Most likely there's people stuck that I just can't pass up. I'll have to help them. That means I want to get all muddy. So that's just one of the things about living out here. So this is one of the 2 projects that I'm almost done with, at least for inside. I still got to do work outside for this, but that's not happening until the weather gets better. But it's almost done, guys. What do you think of Dr. Seuss's Playhouse? Now I know there's a lot of glue and primer everywhere. I always go heavy on that. But turned out real nice. Still need to modify the pump. I did do a lot of cleanup today. A lot of stuff's in the shop now, organized. I want to kick this generator on soon because there's no sun. So let me show you the other project that actually worked late last night, right before the rain hit, finishing the rainwater catchment part of it, because we did miss one storm a couple days ago because I didn't have the right parts I need. The turkey says hi. But our mudroom, you can see it's almost done. Matter of fact, it is done except for the sheet metal siding that's going to be on the outside of it. I'm actually considering using a technique. My buddy that lives, he's a neighbor, but he's like 20 miles away. There's a way to tarnish galvanized tin to make it look rustic and old. I forgot some sort of acid you put on there, and it makes it look weathered, so it doesn't have all that sheen and shiny look. So that's probably what I'm going to end up doing here. But I ended up extending the deck, doubling it. So now instead of a 10 by 10 or 8 by 10, was it a 10 by 10? It was a 10 by 10. Now it's a 20 by 10 plus. I don't know if you can see, but there's actually a walkway that goes from where the old deck stopped. I actually made a walkway. It's 12 feet long, 4 feet wide, that goes beside that tank. Because on the other side of the house, you can see the rain totes. Where are they at? Right there, the IBC totes. That's actually part of my gray water system, and I wanted a quick, easy path to get to the gray water room, which is not built yet. That's another project for this year. But as you can see, it is muddy. It is muddy, but we're getting a lot of rainwater. All the tanks are almost flowing over, so we're actively using it in the house with laundry and dishes and all that stuff, getting all the water use stuff done while we're getting this ample amount of water. So that's about it, guys. I'm about ready to call it quits, go inside, maybe drink a beer. It is January 1st, 2026, the first day of the year. The wife and I sat down yesterday and started writing down all the projects that we have accomplished this last year, 2025, and then the future projects we want to do for this new year. And boy, we're going to be busy, especially with the gardens. That's one of the main things we've got to get done, which means that we're going to need to get another mini excavator out here, another tractor, to finish leveling the garden areas, to move some retaining walls, and to dig our trenches for our irrigation. Also, we're going to need to get a post hole digger, not the kind that two guys hang on to the handlebars, because those don't work out here, trust me, I know. But Home Depot does rent a machine that you actually stand on. It has tracks, and the end of the machine has a hydraulic auger, so I'm going to rent that. I'm hoping that will be able to make it through my soil so we can put our fence posts up. We got a fence, I would say at least a half an acre. We need to put a couple gates, but we need to fence this because of the cows that are here on this mountain, the elk, the deer, and all the other critters that would love to eat our tomatoes and our apple trees. So first thing we got to do is fence it tall. It's going to probably be at least 6 feet. Maybe with some barbed wire on top, maybe with some electrical fencing, I don't know. But out here, animals are no joke. They love to eat things that are not common to find around here, like a delicacy. But anyways, that's about it. Garden is the next big thing. We're also going to trim out our upstairs balcony. That'll happen probably closer to spring, just because even if we were to do it now, the weather's too cold and too nasty to be out there to enjoy it. So that'll probably be at the end of winter, beginning of spring. What else we got to do? The gray water / propane room. We need to paint all 3 buildings. We're going to get a new coat of paint. We're going with a different color. And what else is there? That's about it. Big thing is the garden. We're supposed to do it last spring, but you guys remember that video? We have too much infrastructure to do first, and I think that's a common mistake a lot of new homesteaders, off-gridders do, is they get animals and gardens and all this stuff going before they even have a septic or a stable insulated place to sleep. So I think it's kind of a romanticized thing that they automatically just want to get all the fun, enjoyable stuff like animal husbandry and gardening and all that stuff, creating your own food, which is a great thing. But if you don't have a warm place to lay your head or good water supply system or anything like that, just priorities. And that's really what I took into thought when deciding not to do the garden this last year. Just priorities, power, water, fire suppression, getting the house closer to being 100%. There's just so much stuff. My shop is looking a lot better. The wife's been spending a lot of time in there, organizing and stacking stuff, getting stuff put up back on shelves. Yeah, but lots of stuff, lots of cool stuff going on. I'm liking the way that this has turned out. It's really solid. I've been using this Unistrut right here, this stuff, and Unistrut clamps. This stuff is just solid. It's not moving at all. It's just really beefy, just like me. So there you go, guys. I'll cut the video here. I hope your new year is finding you well. If you have any questions regarding off-grid life, homesteading, all that good stuff. Oh, by the way, this stuff's awesome. We're using that. We've had these squares out and they go in the vents here. So if we don't need the generator or we're not running anything and we want to keep it warmer in here, we just plug up these holes and we're good to go. The new battery is working great. I wish we had more sun, but it is what it is. It's winter time for you. So again, if you have any questions regarding this lifestyle, throw it down in the comments box. And if you haven't done so, please consider subscribing. The channel is growing slowly but surely. I know I need to make more videos, I know. I hate showing stuff that's not finished yet, but we're so close to being done. thought I'd show you guys this and the mud room. Just so many projects, so many projects. I'm supposed to be retired, at least semi-retired, but I'm actually working more now than ever before. But it's good work. It's work with purpose. So again, have a great day, guys. Happy New Year's and all that good stuff. And I'll catch you on the next one. Prep and Thrive.